This is how you come down. Alright, so one of my favorite cameras came back to life. Go figure. I was messing with all of them. Threw a battery in one and the sucker starts working again. Crazy. Because that Canon camera's a pain in the ass because I have to hit record and then I got to check the record like every third paragraph to see if it's still recording from the back. It doesn't even show you on the front. Although I like that camera, it's just a sack of shit feature, I'll tell you what. But anyway, slowly getting caught up, sort of. It doesn't feel like it between my head, but I am way, way behind. And yeah, I'm not even going to start talking about that. But anyway, we have a reply from one of our favorite contributors, ex-police officer trainer, law enforcement trainer, the Cujo. Now, yesterday I threw out a question for somebody to give us, the people, a direct answer to why there's communist China law enforcement officers setting up shop in our country. Okay? So, we have an answer right away. We thank the Cujo, we appreciate him. Listen to this. Steve Cujo here. I was in the middle of writing you a separate email about something totally different when I saw the episode where you asked me about the Chinese police stations. First off, they're not there to handle foreign policing concerns in the countries they are set up in. They don't do that at all. They do say they are attempting to stop fraud committed by Chinese citizens on foreign soil. That looks like that's the only police work that's being done, if any is being done at all. China has already proven they don't care if their citizens defraud outside countries' citizens because it brings money into their country, even though they know it's illegal. This is still a newer topic and little is known, but here's what I've learned so far. The Chinese initially set these up to supposedly assist Chinese citizens who were visiting or who were residing in other countries, as well as deal with the fraud concern. In addition to combating the fraud, they offer to help their citizens in these foreign countries with filling out paperwork, setting up appointments, etc., for whatever the citizens were doing. The Chinese are conditioned to not report anything or trust the police, and even more so to foreign police agencies. So, the caring Chinese government set these places up to, quote, help, end quote, with the paperwork things I mentioned, and to give their citizens someone to report crime to while they're in the outside country. Then the Chinese police station would contact local law enforcement to coordinate a response if they felt that it was necessary. They make that decision, not their citizens living or visiting there. But they are there for other purposes. One of those reasons, the main reason I think, is to get their citizens who are living in other countries to return to China. They also have sought out those who are wanted in China and who are taking refuge in foreign countries, the dissidents, to return to China. I saw one example where a guy who was wanted in China for disposing of hazardous waste crime was contacted in a video meeting from one of these police stations. Contacted in a video meeting from one of these police stations. They had a member of the wanted man's family with them during the call, just sitting there not saying anything, and the message was clear. Return and face the consequences, or something else bad will happen to your family member. It's leverage to get those people back. I'm also convinced there is espionage activity occurring at these locations as well. There are 54 of these stations in 25 cities in 21 countries outside of China. 3 in Toronto, 1 in New York City. Satellites and tech only gets you so far in espionage. Boots on the ground can get a lot of information, cause a lot of damage, and now, since 2013, I think when they started this, they have thousands of those boots to do their spying. So you have the official reasons, helping their citizens and combating fraud, and the hidden agenda of hunting and convincing citizens and dissidents to return. I also read that they may be trying to influence elections legally and illegally in democratic countries to get Chinese-friendly candidates elected in these countries. Sound familiar? Again, tech can only get you so far when doing this from mainland China. Boots on the ground, bypassing the computer tech that keeps out foreign intrusion, is much easier within the border of the country you're trying to hack. The assassins have crossed the moat and walked through the gate of the castle wall with an invitation from the king, and are free to walk around inside the castle and do the damage inside while everyone is watching outside. Second topic. Okay, man, I read that one, and I got you and appreciate that as well. Should I share that, man? I don't know. I mean, how many people on here are going to be in a similar situation, possibly? Tell you what, I'll pass on that one for right now, but I appreciate what you sent me. I'm on it. Completely on it, Cooge, as you probably guessed. And all good on this end. Now, what else, you guys? Another piece of help is the stem cell medical procedure. And I give this a confidence because I've now witnessed it firsthand. My friend, who was basically falling apart at the seams with his arthritis, pains everywhere, and it almost killed him just to sit in a plane on the way down to Mexico. He found this clinic through a very trusted and educated friend who's in the medical field, and he flew down there. It cost him $4,400 cash, and what they did was they had to pay for the stem cells, fly them in. He flies down, goes in there, gets injected into direct injection into where most of his concerns were, and then they put X amount of millions of stem cells in his bloodstream. And he said he was absolutely nearly perfect by the time he climbed in the plane to fly home a day and a half later. And his health continues to rapidly increase in the better. He also has direct friends, not rumors, friend who went to the same clinic, had the same procedures done, and he literally stopped wearing reading glasses before he made it home, amongst other ailments which were hammering on his body. So there. And like I said to him when we were talking the other evening, I said, I just cannot believe this isn't a mandatory procedure for people in North America through our medical systems. And like I said the other day, who you applied with, the fact is, they talk about the cartel being the cartel in Mexico and Colombia, when the fact is, in North America, Big Pharma, possibly our whole medical system as a whole, is the worst global cartel in existence today. It's not hard to figure that out, right? It's not somebody being a conspiracy. I'm not even saying that effing word anymore, that term. It's not going to happen. So it's just not something that's being thought up, made up. It's fact. All right, we're being poisoned to frickin' death. And it's all in the name of the large dollar for the people who have the large dollars. Right down to the food we eat. The shit that is distributed to the people. And the normal, natural, healthy foods are being made unobtainable by most of our population because of the price. They've made it too expensive. And they're also steadily regulating it and wiping it away from our reach, which is brutal. So there you go. I can't remember the name of the clinic right now, but as I am editing this, I'm sure what I'm talking right now, I will post up the link where you can find that clinic. Okay? Now, concerns and red flags. He was laughing, saying basically every red flag that you could think of was flashing up in front of him because they wanted cash up front. And that was a red flag, obviously. We're not used to that shit going on up here. But what he did was he had a friend living there, trusted friend, and he phoned him and said, hey, do me a favor, and could you take, whatever it was, 60-something thousand pesos over to this doctor? And he's like, okay. So he met the doctor in a coffee shop, gave him the cash, got a handwritten receipt, and that's how the deal went down. Is what it is, but I can tell you for certain that everything played out fine. He didn't get ripped off. and he is healing like you would not believe. It is such a relief to see, because he was becoming quite miserable. You could just hear it in his voice. You know, he'd scream, talk, and rant all the time. And now he's just chill and relaxed, has a calm demeanor, and he has no pain. So all of you out there with any kind of anything, you make sure you look into this, all right? And hopefully you can possibly drop whatever pills are being rammed down your throat from our North American big pharma cartel and all the little minion drug dealers that we call physicians, doctors, whatever, right? So there you go. What else can I share on that one? I think I'll leave that one there on its own, in its own video right here. And then the next video I record will be numerous voices being heard, which is very, very important, especially today. And hopefully the Christmas turkey behind me remain to stay in a low roar and not interrupt too badly. But there you go. There is a helpful direct word from law enforcement of what's going on with the communist dogs that are in our country, in North America today. And it gives us a very, very good head start on trying to wrap our head around some of the myths and some of the truths, some of the facts, some of the things that are going on in our countries today that we will not get the direct explanation for from the dirty, filthy bastards who are in those positions today and have as well financially obtained all of the major information outlets. All right, because we are spinning in circles, being misinformed nonstop, and it's got to come to an end. Right? There's my little 2 coffee-fueled babble for this quick, short video that I will launch shortly. And now I'm going to move on to the next video, which is going to be sharing people's voices.